Alrighty, so first that's first, I'm going to take a spoolie just like this, and I'm going to brush the brows up. I'm going to make sure that I don't use a brow gel or a brow setter simply because those will make the brows wet, so then we have to wait for it to dry, which is backwards. Okay, so we want to use something that's dry. Also, I don't want to use a brow setter, like for example the Benefit Cosmetics brow setter, which one of my favorites will lay the brows down and will laminate them, which kind of messes up the whole fluffiness that we got going on and makes the brows look a little bit more artificial, just because with color we're already working hard enough to get definition, so we just want to keep them fluffy. Okay, so brush the brows up. That's step one. Next, we're going to take a concealer that is light, so I'm going to take the LA Colors Ultimate Cover Concealer in wheat. I like any of the light concealers from this line. This is one of my favorite concealers and it's like $3. So I'm going to take wheat. It looks like this. And I'm going to take the applique and just go on top of the brows. Like that. Make sure I cover all the hairs, and you want to make sure that you do not use too much product. Okay, that's something that once again is adding more time to our getting ready experience. Okay, so you want to make sure that you just go on top of the brows, and you see that I'm coating each brow, and you can kind of see that the dark brown color that I have is getting covered. However, you don't see a lot of big globs. You don't see a lot of big globs, and you also want to make sure that you don't go too far outside of the brow hair, simply because that makes a lot to clean up also later. This is why I like to do the brows before I do the entire face. So yeah, because you're going to need to wipe the bottom, you're going to need to wipe the top, clean it up. So it's just easier if you do your brows first and then your face, especially when you do colored brows. If you really want to take it there, if you really want to be a shining star, you're going to go back and forth between the brow hairs, you know. Comb them out of place a little bit and then comb them back, just so that you're covering every single hair. Some colors you might need to cover more than others, but I'll show you what to do to make a color lighter that doesn't have to do with this, with the eyeshadows. So just do it until you see fit. I'm probably going to stop about here. Yeah, so now my brows are covered in concealer. Now we're on to the coloring step already. This is a very, very quick technique. So I'm going to be taking the Playing in Makeup by Yolando Beats by Deb palette today. However, I know this palette is not selling currently, so you can take any palette you want. Another good colorful palette is the Sample Beauty The Painter's palette that looks like this. Rainbow colors. Whatever palette has the color that you want. I'm obviously going to be doing blue today, so I'm just going to use the blues and the greens, and I'll tell you why, in this palette. So we're going to take a brush, and I like to use a brush that's sort of like this. It obviously needs to be cleaned off. This is the ColourPop E25, something that is a packer brush that has a little bit of, you know, thickness to it. Comparing it to something like this, which is a packer brush that's a little bit more thin, I like to do this. I feel like it gets the product on better. So I'm going to wipe this off. Y'all love to ask me how often do I wash my brushes. Not often enough. Amen. All right. So I like to start in the middle, because the inner corner part, this part, the middle and the tail will have to have some different colorings, just because we want to create definition of an eyebrow. We don't want it to just look like one straight blue line on our face. So I like to start in the middle first. So for my blue, I'm going to be taking this mid blue right here, which is called Slow and Reverb. Alrighty. Say for example, you were doing green, you would take this green right here. If you were doing pink, you probably take this pink right here. If you're doing orange, you would take this orange right here. Just a mid shade, you know what I mean? And I'm going to pack that onto the middle of the brow. I also feel like the middle is the truest part, so it kind of just gives us a guideline of where we're putting the other colors. Now, I don't know if you noticed, but my hair is not a true blue. It's a bluish green. So make sure that if you're trying to match your hair, sometimes I do color brows that doesn't match my hair. So if you're getting saucy, do whatever you want. But if you're trying to match your hair, just be mindful of undertones and things like that. So I'm going to add a little bit of green. That's what I do with my hair. Just a little bit of green, because my hair is a little bit green in it. but going back in right on there with that mid shade. Alrighty, so now I'm going to start with the tail. So I'm going to take this dark blue here, which is Lucid Dreams. And I'm going to just go down the tail. It's okay to go on top of your skin, like where the brow ends. It happens. I honestly like to go like thicker than where the actual brow is, just so I make sure that all the hair is covered. See, like there's only this much brow, but I like to really pack it on and clean it up afterwards. That's how I like to do it. So now you see there's an obvious distinction between the blue and the darker blue. We're gonna blend it, don't worry. Well, to blend it, I'm gonna take a little bit more of that blue and a little bit of the darker blue. You have to think about it like this. To go from a dark blue to a light blue to a dark blue, there would be a middle shade right here if you were looking on like a color scale. So we're gonna create that middle shade so that our brows are on a color scale. So we're gonna take that blue and a little bit of the dark blue to create a color that would be in between these two. And I'm going to just add it right here. I'm going to add just a little bit of green, just once again, so I can match my hair. Great. Now, we still have a third of the brow that we haven't done, which is this right here. And the reason why I do this last is because, first of all, I like to be a little bit more careful with this. Also, this is creating a guideline for how we're going to go here. So what I'm going to do, since there's not a lighter blue in this palette, there is a lighter blue in my other palette. So if you have a lighter blue or a lighter shade, that is easy. You know what I mean? Like we could take this blue and then put it here, rah, rah, rah. But if you do not have a lighter shade, this is what I do most of the time. We're going to take some white, which I've hit pan on because I've been doing this. White, a little bit of that blue, some green, and a little bit of white. So basically we're just creating a lighter version of the color that we already added. We're gonna need more white. Let me go into another palette. Y'all, look at this white. I didn't know I'd be going so hard. Okay, so we're gonna take some white, thanks. A little bit of that blue, and a little bit of that green. I like to tap off the excess on the back of my hand because sometimes it just be too much. And we're gonna just add that light color here. Don't worry, we're gonna darken it up in a second. But yeah, if you don't have a light shade for the color that you want, just add some white. Fix on camera so that like, because we know you follow a tutorial, sometimes you be like, wait, I messed up. They didn't tell me what to do if I messed up. So now I'm about to tell you what to do. So I add too much white. That's fine. We're gonna go back in with that blue. A little bit of green. And add. Now remember when I said I like to tap off the excess? This is exactly why. Because sometimes white shadows be doing too much. I'm going to take this powder brush and just, so I can see where the actual pigment is. Gosh. Alright. Blue and green. Just adding some more of that until I see fit. Yeah. So as you can see, we have like an ombre going. I'm going to add a little bit more dark blue. And bring that up just a little bit. Just so it doesn't look so like light blue, dark blue. Like you want it to be a gradient. And the reason why we add all these colors is for definition, okay? So you don't want one brow to be a thick blue line. And you're probably thinking, okay, but when I do my regular brows, I just do it one color. But with your regular brows, you have that brow hair that helps that. So when you have a pomade, for example, you know, the 2016 brow that we always talk about, where you took that dark brown pomade and made a straight line and filled it in so you couldn't even see the hairs. So That is very, very stark, and the same thing happens with color brows. That's why you want to add some definition. Since we don't have the hairs per se to add that definition to like a feather brow or something like that, because we've covered the color and the color doesn't match our natural hair color, this is where we're adding the definition, just in the different shades of blue that we use. Add a little bit more dark blue. Yeah. I know on my Instagram somebody asked for a video on color theory for like makeup, because that's usually like the basis for how like I do a lot of things like this, but I don't know how to do that yet. But if you have some recommendations, let me know down below. So basically we're done. It's time to wipe off the excess and see what it looks like. I also sometimes, when I'm feeling like really snazzy, I take a little black and add it to the end, because the black, like the end of the brow being black really does make a difference. Like, it makes it sharper. It really does, because of contrast, you know what I mean? But honestly, we're okay with that little dark blue and a little bit more dark blue. Another thing you want to be mindful of is making sure that you have the shape that you want. So if your brow, your natural hairs are going down, but you want a straight brow, like, you're going to need to cover the bottom of that and only color the top, like the part that you want to cover. So example, my natural brow is curved a little bit and I'm fine with that for today. So I'm going to make sure like I get all the brow hairs in that curve. Yeah, people with straight brows know what I'm talking about. When you have straight brows, you know, you don't want to really service the bottom of your brow that might have grown in, because that throws off the shape. So just keep that in mind. I'm gonna take a Neutrogena wipe, and since I have these handy dandy stiletto nails, I'm gonna wrap this around my finger. If you have a finger, that's fine too. And I'm just going to wipe off the bottom. The reason why I wipe it around my nail, I've wrapped the wipe around my nail, is simply so that it's more precise. But like, you know, you could just wipe it like this. And I'm going to get very close to the hairs. We're going to go underneath this with concealer as well. However, I like to just really be careful and thorough with wiping off the excess, because since this is eyeshadow, it can mix with the concealer. So that's why I like to wipe off the excess instead of trying to cover it all with concealer, because the concealer color in the eyeshadow will mix. And we don't want that. Make sure you do the top as well, because your foundation will also mix with it. That's happened to me many of times. And I just like to be proactive in makeup. I'd rather us, you know, take the steps before than having to fix it later, because taking the blue out of your foundation on your forehead is not fun. So we're wiping off the excess. I'm just going along like where my natural hairs are. All right. Doing the same on this side. Yeah. Now we're going to do concealer. And honestly, just wait until I do my entire base. I ran out of words right there. But just wait until I do my entire base, because they look a little crazy right now. They look really bright right now. That's also because I have no other makeup on. This is just the Makeup Forever Matte Velvet Skin Concealer in 3.6. And I'm going to put on the back of my hand. I like to put my concealer on the back of my hand, and anything on the back of my hand except for, you know, when I'm covering the brows. Simply because it's easier to, you know, maneuver a small brush like the one I'm about to grab. Hold on. You know, a brush like this than this entire large doe foot. You know what I mean? So I'm going to take this right here. This is a Morphe M410 flat brush like so. And I'm going to dip that into the concealer and just start going underneath the brow. I personally hate when brows go like this. Wait. You know what I mean? Like when they curve in. So I just like to go underneath the... They look like an emoji. I'm gonna put the emoji to the side. Like when they're like... I can't do the face. I don't like when eyebrows do that. What I do is I just make sure I go under and straighten this part right here. So I'm just gonna try to thin that out. Oh, we made a mess. Okay. Made a bigger mess already. It's okay. We'll go back in with our makeup wipe. A little bit more concealer. That's all. If it starts to mix, most times like when you add a little bit more concealer, like it'll stop. But if it just keeps mixing, just get a little makeup wipe and just, you know, go back in. If you want to go on top, you can. I'm about to go on top because I'm about to do my base makeup. So I'm gonna blend in with foundation anyway. I know some people don't want like the halo brow look, but like you're not gonna see the concealer if I blend it out with foundation on my forehead. You know what I mean? You can make your eyebrows this is kind of just like when you do your natural brows too. You can make it as thick or as thin as you want. Okay, so at this point, the brows are done. I'm about to put on a face of makeup so that you can see what I'm saying about, you know, it doesn't look as crazy. And I'm also about to go film my base routine video. So if you're watching this video, then my base routine video should be out as well. So go check out my base routine video if you want to see how I do my whole foundation routine and brushes, recommendations, all of that. But I'm about to go do that and I'll be right back. Alright, so here's the final look. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you try this color brow technique, make sure you tag me on Instagram, Twitter, or TikTok and show me. I want to see how it looks on you. I've seen a couple people do it from my 60-second tutorial on TikTok and Instagram. And this is just a longer form, you know. Some people want to hear more explanation and that's why I made this video. So let me know if you learned anything down below. Make sure you give this video a like if you did and subscribe for more videos just like this. I have a running list of over 20 suggestions that you all have sent me for YouTube videos. So I'm going to be very busy and make sure you subscribe to see the rest of those. And yeah, if you want to see how I did this base, I did my base tutorial and my color brow tutorial kind of at the same time. So they should be coming up at the same time. So check that tutorial out. And yeah, thank you all so much for all the support that you've shown me on all my platforms. And I'll see you in the next one. Final look. Thank you so much for watching this tutorial. If you try this color brow tutorial, all right, thank you so much for watching this video. All right, so here is the final look. Thank you so much for watching. If you want to try these color brow, the rest of the face, thank you so much for watching this tutorial. If you try this look and you want to tag me on Instagram,